You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Great friends, it is a Tuesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. Glad to have everybody along, whether you're listening on radio, you're watching on YouTube, you're catching up to us tonight on television, you're listening on audio podcast platform. Happy to have everybody here from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And I'll tell you right now, if you got family and friends coming into town and you're looking for things to do, a couple things just come to mind. The first one is obviously 7 Mile Casino, because if you got family and friends in and you're like, let's go have some fun, let's go mess around. 7 Mile Casino is just a few minutes from downtown San Diego. You got blackjack tables, poker tables, other table games. You got a great restaurant in Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, smoke-free environment, a really fun place to hang out. So if you got family and friends in town, you're looking for something fun to do, 7 Mile Casino and 7milecasino.com. I'll give you one other unsolicited concept for when family comes to town, because every time my parents come to town, I always make sure I do this. It's the Next Level Sailing Cruise that we're going on December 11th. You know, if you have friends and family from around the country that come into San Diego, you take them out on the Yacht America for a whale watching tour. You'll see dolphins swimming right next to the boat, whales spouting whatever it is that they spout, water and air and whatever. And you get out into the ocean and you're like a mile offshore and you're like, all this wildlife happens right here in San Diego, a mile offshore? Yeah, it does. Browner, I don't know about you, man, but I'm starting to get really stoked about December 11th. I've been texting with a bunch of our sponsors, trying to find out who's coming, how many people they're bringing, because as Alex kind of aired me out yesterday, I've just been sending invitations, man. People, if you hit me up, I'm like, I just can't say no. The good news is we're pretty much done. There's no more space on the boat. So, I mean, next time somebody sends me an email and says, hey, I want 2 spaces, I'm like, yeah, bro, sorry, we're done. But Brown, how are things going in preparation for December 11th? The Yacht America, Next Level Sailing, the Kaplan and Crew, great friends, sponsors get together, the Sunset Cruise. How we looking, man?
We're at the point now where there are going to be waivers that have to be signed before you get on the boat. But that's the last, that and the food.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we should do. You know, the whole food issue. You know, Alex is handling beer. And we definitely want to have beer and, stuff on the boat. I don't really know. Can people bring bottles of wine if that's their preference?
No.
We're not having a full bar. We're not serving cocktails, but we will have beer, we think, on the boat. But I don't really know. Do we really, for a 2-hour cruise, do we really need to provide food on the boat?
No, we don't. No, we don't. I think last time we had food on the boat because that particular person, Sean, shout out to Sean, just wanted to help out, wanted to be a part of it, which is always cool because he's a great dude and he's running a great business. But this time around, I don't think we need it. We didn't need it then, and it actually caused a problem. But we will be getting the liquor license, picture of their liquor license, and that will smooth things over as far as the alcohol goes. But then once we do that, we resume we are responsible for whatever the post liquor, whatever. So I got to get the waiver together so people can sign it. So we're not the issue. They are.
I have no idea what the post liquor or anything means, but
drink in moderation, people. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
That means if you get hammered and you fall off the boat and you drown, it's not our fault.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I'm assuming.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what.
Or their fault, or Captain.
It's your
Troy's
fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a dummy. I had too many, and I
fell off the
boat, and I drowned in the harbor of San Diego. It makes some pretty interesting headlines. Probably not good ones, but
no. But it'd probably be
Let's
good
not do that,
publicity
people.
for us.
Let's not have anybody fall off the boat and die. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Hey, by
But if
the
somebody
way,
falls off the boat and falls off and is safe, that might be hilarious. But
that would
that's
be
just
funny.
that's just me.
So I told everybody that we were doing hoodies for our invited guests,
Oh, yeah.
and Fat Tony was making these hoodies and they were brown with Padre colors, and I didn't even really think much of it. I was like, okay, I'm Fat Tony, creative license, do your thing. It's cool. And I get that everybody kind of likes the Padres brown color logo. But Fat Tony called me yesterday and he's like, bro, you're not going to believe this. You know what we hear about all these things about supply chain and how products aren't available and things like that? Fat Tony calls me yesterday. He tells me the brown hoodies, there's none of them. They can't get them in the large size. They can get them in XL, double XL. They can get them in medium and small. He said, we can't get them in large. So he's like, I think I'm going to change from the brown to the black hoodies. And when we all saw the black hoodies versus the brown ones, we were all like, those are 10 times better.
Yep.
We like those much
Want me
better.
to show them or surprise people?
No, show them. Let's see what they look like. Let's see how they're looking right now. Here comes take a look at those. Now those are sharp, aren't they? Those actually look better than the brown ones. For those of you that are watching, black hoodies, Kaplan and Crew on the front, established 2001. It's got our website, our logo, and it's got the 1090 logo on one sleeve, the sided logo on the other. So kind of all the things we got going on here, and we're expecting to have these hoodies produced so that when our invited guests come aboard the Yacht America, they walk away with a really great holiday gift from the show. So you like those black ones better, Grande?
I do. Yeah, I definitely do. But why is Browner laughing? It always makes me nervous when he laughs under his breath.
No, man, listen, I'm a good person. And so therefore I don't,
No,
never
what does
mind.
that
Keep
mean?
going.
What are you
Never mind,
talking
you're a good
about?
person. What do you mean
No,
you're a good
no,
person? Never
no.
mind. What does that mean?
Nothing. Just,
No,
you know,
that's not how this show
the
works.
sweaters look
No, Browner.
fantastic.
Say it,
No.
Browner. What's the problem?
What? There's nothing to say.
Say it. What? Do you not like the black versus the brown?
No, I love the black. I think the black is a more suitable color to be passed around and to be given out as a gift. I think it fits more with what people are wearing as opposed to brown, which you have to kind of wardrobe that in with what you're doing. I think the black is perfect. I think it's a better touch.
Okay,
But-
so what's that snide little giggle that makes you have to preface everything by telling us that you're a good person? We think you're all right.
No, man, just
What?
I'm glad it was relayed to you the way that it was. I'll just say that.
You're
That's all.
glad that it was relayed to me the way that it was. That
Uh-huh.
there's
What did
there's
Fat Tony
no-
tell you?
Yeah. Clearly, you think that Fat Tony has told me one story and told you another story. So what's the story you got?
No. I'm telling you. Before he
Yeah.
spoke to you, he spoke to me, and so when by the time he spoke to you,
Yeah.
he had it cleared up. So
What?
that's cool.
Okay, so air him out. What did he say to you?
No, man, listen. We are here. We're working as a group. It is not one person's idea. It is everybody's working together to get the best outcome.
Your idea.
Okay.
No person
Your
should get
idea
more
is
credit than
switch.
the next person. We are working
Oh.
as a team.
Got
and
it.
so the sweaters are a thank you to the people who have been listening to the show. That's all, man. That's all. Don't do that.
So Tony stole your idea and passed it
No, it's
off.
not. I didn't. I
Ooh,
never
Tony.
said that.
Here's how it goes. Now it's become very clear to me, Alex. Here's what happened.
He's a
Fat
good
Tony
person.
called. Wait, say again.
Freaking Browner. I'm a good person. I'm not gonna
I-
air him out.
Right. I'm a good person. I love the preface. I'm a
Me
good
too.
person. Here,
Me
so
too.
here's what happens. Here's now what happens. Fat Tony calls Browner, says, "Hey, Brown man, these brown sweatshirts
talked to
that
him this
Scott
morning.
already ordered. Yeah, these brown sweatshirts that Scott ordered, they're not happening. We can't get the brown sweatshirts. We can't get the large size, so we don't want to have multiple colors. So what do you think we should do?" Browner then probably says to Fat Tony, "You know what? Why don't we try black? Let's see what happens
Right.
with black."
And why don't we actually put our show colors on there instead of just brown and gold and white?
Right. So
Was
let's
y'all
not.
listening to the conversation?
Right. So then Fat Tony calls me
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Hey, listen, just to let you know, the Browns hoodies are not available. So I, Fat Tony,
Mm-hmm.
believe that we
Yeah.
should go with black hoodies. And rather than using the Padre colors, we should use more of the show-related colors."
Exactly.
And I say, "Fat Tony, you go for it, man. You do whatever it is you got to do. You make it happen, my brother. We got nothing but faith and trust in you." And then Fat Tony says, "Okay, cool." And then I come on the air and start blabbing my fat mouth about this whole situation. And then Browner's sitting over there snickering like, I told him to do all of this.
Right. That
I'm
was
the one who
my
came up
idea.
with the black hoodies. Right. I'm the one who changed the color combination. And now Fat Tony's getting all the credit, but I'm a good person.
Look, man.
Did I get all this right, Browner?
All I'm saying is this: it
Yeah,
is
go
a
ahead.
collaborative effort to make sure that the people who support this show have something to show for it. And so we are appreciative that everyone is listening, and the group effort will hopefully be appreciated by all. That's all, man.
You are a good
That's all.
person, Browner. You are a
That's
really
all,
good
man.
Did
person.
you guys invite the Cox TV people? Did we
I
send that
emailed
email?
them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have they
They haven't
replied?
got back to you?
Me no.
They haven't got back to me either. Maybe they
Mhm.
didn't understand because when I'm
Understand the
emailing
assignment.
people, I don't think people recognize my email, and so I
Right.
think that's kind of part of it too. It gets kind of thrown in a junk or gets kind of like pushed away because it's like, do you want to come go on a cruise with the great friends? I'm like, what the hell is that? So people probably who don't know as an advertiser, they probably was like, who's Browner 30?
Mm.
Mm.
Alex, maybe we should send an invitation or forward the invitation from your email to the Cox people.
Yeah, I will because I just noticed that Browner CC'd my personal email as well, not the
Mhm.
Kaplan and Crew one. So that it might be like, who are these two clowns?
Right.
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 Yeah.
So I'll do that
My bad.
today or tomorrow. Today.
All right. Well, all right. Listen, let's get on with it here today. And I want to start off.
We're all good people.
wi-
We're all good
You
people.
know what? I'm
not
okay.
just
I'm
me.
an all right person.
Scott would have thrown somebody under the bus.
Yeah, I'm an okay person. I don't know if I'm a good person. I don't know if I'm a great person. I don't know if I'm a terrible person. I think I'm pretty solid. Alex, how would you rank yourself? Are you a good guy? Are you a good person?
Depending on the level of like credit that I want or don't want, or the
Mhm.
credit, the amount of blame or not blame that I want, depends. I could be really good. I could be really bad. Just depends.
No, but Browner, you just generalized that you're a good person because rather than airing Fat Tony out from the very beginning, you kind of gave me enough hints that I could figure out the story on my own. Is that right?
Listen, man. It depends on who you ask whether I'm a good person or not. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that right now.
No,
Right.
that's for
That's
sure.
that's 100% for sure. Exactly right. Like
Depends
I
on
think
who
you're a
you
good
ask.
person, but I know a couple of people that probably don't think you're such a good person.
Me too. Me too. Saw him this morning. Yeah.
All right, let me do this. I want to talk
Woo.
about this LeBron James suspension because Browner, you actually said something really interesting yesterday, which was that the NBA will suspend LeBron James, but they won't do it until Wednesday because
Right.
about an hour from right now, I just went to look at my watch and I realized I don't even know where my Apple Watch is. I took it off and I don't even know where it is.
Under your sleeve?
No, I think I took it off last night at my girlfriend's place, and I don't even know if I put it back on. So maybe it's sitting over there. Anyway, listen, I do want to talk about this LeBron James suspension because you said, and I thought you were right, that the NBA would suspend him, but not until after Tuesday's game, which is coming up in about an hour from now at the New York Knicks, because the NBA is going to want LeBron to play at Madison Square Garden and play against the Knicks. So you
On
would think,
TNT.
right? You would think that the suspension would come down tomorrow rather than today, as it came down yesterday afternoon. But LeBron is suspended and is not supposed to play today against the Knicks when the Lakers play the Knicks in about an hour from now. So I want to get into more detail on this in 1 second. But before I do, I want to just say this. Thanks to all the great friends out there, it's because of you guys that we have a deal with a company like DraftKings. Our sponsors, iThrive, Torrey Holistics, Mountain Trust, Corky's, West Coast Barbecue, these are all local San Diego-based companies. DraftKings is a big national company, and this comes to us through a very big national ad agency. And it's not even because of radio or television, it's because of YouTube and audio podcasting. So thank you to everybody who listens and who watches and who helps the show. It's because of you guys that we have advertisers like DraftKings. And what I want you to do, though, is this. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code GreatFriends. Bet just $5 on any NBA team to win their game, and you win $200 in free bets. So you bet 5 to win 200. If your team wins, you win, assuming, of course, you use the promo code GreatFriends this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an authorized sports betting partner of the NBA. You must be 21 or older. This is New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania. So for those that are listening on 1090, for those that are watching on Cox Your View, you're like, yo, I'm in San Diego, Orange County, LA, Santa Barbara. Why are you telling me about Pennsylvania, Indiana, New Jersey? Because there's a whole lot of people, believe it or not, around the country that watch and listen via podcast, not radio show or TV show. Now, there are some restrictions that apply. There's one per customer. It's a minimum $5 deposit and a $1 wager is required. And you can go to DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. And again, if you have any kind of gambling problem, because, dude, this is supposed to be fun. Okay. This is supposed to be a good time. This is not supposed to be your life savings. This is not your job. This is supposed to be fun. If you have any gambling problem of any sort, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-GAMBLER. DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambler. All right. So what'd you guys think? LeBron gets suspended for one game. And this kid from Detroit, what's his name?
Isaiah Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart, a kid I never heard of before until the other day. That kid got a 2-game suspension. That's kind of surprising to me because that kid almost created a full-blown melee. The announcer in the arena Fans, do not leave your seats. Fans, do not leave your seats. I mean, they were worried that they were looking at Malice in the Palace Part 2. So LeBron gets 1 game. This kid, Isaiah Stewart, gets 2 games. What'd you guys think of the suspensions that were handed down by the NBA yesterday?
Shocked, baffled, blown away. And this is all about LeBron.
No, what do you really think?
This is all about LeBron. Like the fact LeBron's never been suspended ever. This is his first ever career suspension. So it's shocking. I am not like it's not unwarranted, but it is shocking that they did it. Because they do play the Knicks tonight. Like, there's so many reasons why I'm surprised, but I agree with it. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. I think it was the right move. I think you have to suspend someone because he punched somebody in the face. I mean, I think me and Browner made our thoughts very clear yesterday. Like, this was intentional. This was dirty. This was a closed fist punch. So the suspension is warranted. I'm just surprised they actually did it. Very surprised.
I'm not, I thought that even if they did it, he would appeal and then drop the appeal after tonight. But, I credit to him for not doing that because there's always ways to get around an NBA suspension if you want to play in certain places. I just thought that the NBA wouldn't do it because he means so much to the league, and that particular game against the Knicks, who are good again, would be very beneficial for all parties involved. But they did the right thing in suspending him, period. He deserved to be suspended.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 games and Stewart should have gotten 3, but nevertheless, he deserved what he got, and he's going to suffer the punishment and miss out on his game. So they still got AD, they still got Russ, so the crowd will still get a good game.
And you know what why he didn't appeal this? It's the first night of a back-to-back. Like, so the chances are, because he might even have played tomorrow. Honestly, he might have taken tomorrow off in Indiana. So he's just going to take today off. Probably he's a little, salty that he's not going to play in Madison Square Garden the only time this year. But he's probably not going to play tomorrow because they keep easing him back from his injuries. So they're probably cool with it. Like, whatever.
And if I'm LeBron, here's what I'm saying. Okay, fellas. So here's the thing. This kid gets in my face, has a chance to throw a punch, never does, then goes psycho on me. Okay. And all you guys have said the right things. I mean, Russ put his hands up like he was ready to throw like it was a hockey game. AD comes out after the game and says, yo, that's one of our brothers. If you step to him, you got to go through all of us. DeAndre Jordan.
You see him push AD, wait. You see him push AD down like a paperweight? You see that? So he went through AD.
Actually, I don't recall seeing him knock over AD. Yeah.
But have you guys seen the I don't know how much Instagram you guys have done. I did a lot because I was at the airport yesterday. There is now a push of creating. There's some creators out there trying to make Isaiah Stewart look like a super dirty player because they have compiled like 3 clips of him being kind of a jerk in his career already. Have you guys seen
show
this?
it to us? No, this is the one. Is this the one where he goes face to face with Giannis? Is that the one where he's toe to toe with Giannis?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this video. And again, for those of you that are listening on radio, I always encourage you, come over and watch the YouTube show or tonight, 7 o'clock on Channel 4 San Diego. All right, so here he is pushing over Giannis, right?
They then mixed it together to make it seem like he's like this crazy person,
Yeah.
Look at that elbow, Browner.
Well,
looks like the Pistons got their new bad boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
go ahead,
if
you look at these pictures.
Yeah.
He's played. I told y'all yesterday. That's how he plays. He is an energy effort guy. He's what they call a dog. And that's what made LeBron so mad. It's like, dude, chill. It's the 3rd quarter. It's a free throw. It's going in. Dude, that's why he hit him.
It's Sunday at 3 p.m. No one's watching, dog. They're
they're
watching football right now.
Right. Would you please stop acting like this? I mean, come on. I'm trying to follow the football games, my fantasy team on my phone. I mean, come on. What's going on here, pal?
Yeah, I just think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that the internet wants to do that to Isaiah Stewart now. Like, let's make him out to be like this total jerk off because he did this to LeBron.
Well, see, I was surprised. I went on the radio yesterday up in L.A. and I was saying that I was surprised that the kid even got back into LeBron's face because I'm under this assumption that all these young kids, they look up to LeBron. And I also think that a lot of the older players in the NBA mentor a lot of the younger players in the NBA. So it's not like so much fierce rivalry anymore as much as it's like mentor young guy relationship. And nobody was buying that. Like I was surprised. I even brought up the example that when Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr, remember the story from that it's not like Steve Kerr got back in his face. Steve Kerr took it. You're the number 1 on our team. You're the superstar. I'm like the number 8, 9 on our team. What am I going to do? Fight you? You know?
If LeBron James had punched White Mamba or whoever this kid is that they have on the team now, yeah, he wouldn't have done anything because that's LeBron.
Hillbilly Mamba?
Teammates. Yeah, there we go.
HBK.
If LeBron had punched him, it would have been nothing. But Isaiah Stewart doesn't care who LeBron is. Like, you balling, I'm balling, this how I get down, bruh. And you hit me, now I want a piece, allegedly.
Yeah.
So, and this thing about respect, here's the funny part about LeBron. He doesn't really like young players on his team. So if you're a young guy around the league, other than some off-the-court mentoring he may have offered you, he's probably like Kyle Kuzma, sent him away. Lonzo Ball sent him away. Brandon Ingram sent him away. Like, let Alex Caruso walk. Like, there's a lot of young players that were on this current Laker team that they could have used if he would have wanted them around to build, but he didn't want that. So the idea that he's helping these young guys out, I don't know.
All right, hold on, everybody. We got a lot more to get to. Browner's on a roll. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. It's a Tuesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. Lots more to come.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Pete Gray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help.
Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CalFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Big googly moogly.
Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
To be homeless means that you've lost your community. East County Transitional Living Center, also known as ECTLC, is a community where we take homeless people off the streets and bring them into our community. We serve a little over 400 people, men, women, and children every day, who were formerly homeless, and now are in our residential programs. We work them through the program, we get them jobs, we get them back into life. We teach them basic things, hygiene, when to get up in the morning, how to do a 40-hour week. What we do here is we give them the opportunity for on-the-job experience. In their work therapy training, they're learning how to report to a supervisor, how to become a supervisor, how to be a good employee. You don't want to enable a homeless person to remain homeless, which means go feed them. So if you're out there and you see a homeless person and you want to try to help them, give to your local charity.
We're here every day, 24/7, giving you only the finest handcrafted sports talk programming you're going to find anywhere. And we never stop. Fanatic is such a mean word. We prefer committed. This is the Mightier 1090 AM.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football won their 10th game of the season after beating UNLV on Friday night. The Aztecs pulled out the win 28-20. Quarterback Lucas Johnson completed 18 of 24 pass attempts for 192 yards and threw 3 touchdowns in the win. Linebacker Cedric Lakalaka had an interception with less than 2 minutes left in the game to help solidify the win for the Aztecs. SDSU's 10-1 record matches their best 11-game start since they went 10-0 in 1969. The Aztecs are one of 5 teams in the country with 10 wins. Cincinnati, Georgia, Houston, and UTSA are the other 4 in that category. Next up, SDSU will take on Boise State on Friday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams. Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. He's in the 40. Is he going to go? Holds it in. What a catch. Return left sideline. Off to the races. He splits the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcats. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
All right, great friends. It is a Tuesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. I want to just, before we get going here too deep into this segment, I want to read to you guys a message that I received from a great friend by the name of Louis A. Escobedo. Does the name sound familiar to you, Alex?
Luis Escobedo?
Louis A. Escobedo.
No.
Doesn't sound
Louis
familiar.
from Escondido.
Okay, here's what he says. No, that's not right. Here's what he says. What's up, Cap? He says, boy, it sucks hearing you guys hate on my Chargers because I love your show so much. But thank goodness the Brown man brings the balance.
Bang, bang.
You hear that, Browner?
Bolt up, boys. Bolt up.
Your Herbolt love, okay? Because there are, believe it or not, still some people out there that still love the Chargers. As a matter of fact, just a quick timeout, and I'll finish this. I'll finish this here. You guys will love this. Alex, you got to put us all on the screen. I want to see your reactions to this. You guys got to hear this story. So yesterday, I get a call like on the phone, and I know he texted me a few times and we were trying to connect, but he's not one of these guys who likes to set a meeting because I'm very regimented. I want meetings set. You know, you're not going to catch me randomly just calling me. So I see my phone ring yesterday and I see the name and I'm like, okay, you know what? He's trying to reach me. I got a few minutes. Let's take the call. I get a call yesterday from Alvarez.
Okay.
Now, not my new BFF, Canelo Alvarez. Okay, everybody knows me and Canelo are now like, you know, hermanos, so to speak. But this is Rafael Alvarez, who is the leader of the Bolt Pride Familia. Now you guys know who I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Alvarez calls me yesterday and he says, bro, listen, when you tell the story about the 30 years of Bolt Pride, when you tell the story, you cannot tell it without the Scott and BR show. And for those of you that are listening or watching right now that don't know the history, obviously the history goes like this. 2001, me and Billy Ray, longtime great Charger linebacker. Everybody watching and listening probably knows that. For those that are new listeners that maybe you don't, me and Billy Ray started the show in 2001. And the show actually came to an end in 2019 when we got booted off the airwaves of 1090. We have rebuilt it because Grande was the producer of the show at the time. Browner was working at the radio station. And very frankly, the three of us were what was left of probably what, guys, 30 or 40 people that worked at 1090, right?
More at the time, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the morning show went and took over at the Padres radio station. Our longtime friend and colleague, Darren Smith, went to 1360. Our other, people who worked in the industry with us or worked at 1090, they kind of dispersed. Some stayed in radio, some went into other industries, whatever. But it was the three of us that remained, and that's how we rebuilt this show. Got it onto radio, got it onto TV, blah, blah, blah. You know the history. So Alvarez calls me yesterday and he says, listen, 30 years of Bolt Pride history, and we can't tell the story of our family without the Scott and BR show because for probably 12 to 14 years, Bolt Pride was very, very wrapped up into what we were doing. They were down at our House of Blues parties. They were having tailgate parties out behind the radio station. They really were part of what we did, and we were part of what they did. So Rafael Alvarez calls me yesterday. Shout out Rafi and shout out Johnny Bolt Pride. And they call me yesterday and they go, listen, we're celebrating the 30 years of Bolt Pride family with people coming in from all over the world, literally, to Las Vegas January 8th and 9th because the Chargers are playing the Raiders. And here's what Rafael says to me. He goes, Scott, I get it. You don't support the Chargers anymore. You can't separate Justin Herbert from Dean Spanos. You can't separate Joey Bosa from Dean Spanos. Like, I get it. You're no longer a Charger supporter. You are, you know it, the president of the card-carrying member of the Charger Hater Club. I am the prez of the Hater Club. Okay. But Rafael says to me, but dude, forget the Chargers, forget Dean Spanos, forget the team. Bolt Pride family. You're part of it, whether or not.
Familia.
See,
way.
And so he said, dude, what would you think about coming out to Vegas on the 8th and the 9th, being part of the Bolt Pride family 30-year celebration? He said, what would you think? And I haven't told you guys this, and I would love to hear what you guys think. He's like, what would you guys think about doing the show maybe one day from Cali Comfort Barbecue down in Spring Valley, our man Sean Walchef. Congratulations to Sean. Cali Comfort's moving into the new Aztec football stadium. Great job, dude. What would you think about doing a broadcast down there and helping Bolt Pride Familia promote January 8th and 9th? And you see, while I know that Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. I know that Joey Bosa is a good defensive end. I can see that the Chargers have talented players. That's me, the football fan, the football wannabe analyst in my own mind. But I don't separate Spanos from Herbold. If Herbold is wearing a Charger uniform, he plays for, works for Spanos. So that's not my quarterback. That's Browner's quarterback. That's not my quarterback. Now, Alex, you have I know that look, man. You have a very suspicious look on your face
He
right
also
now.
knows what you're about to do.
No, go ahead, Alex. Finish my thought, because I know that you can. Oh, look now look at the face. Now the face is, wait, what?
I'm just waiting for the invitation to go to Vegas on the company dime. Like, that's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. So here's what Rafael Alvarez says to me from Bolt
I already
Pride
know you
yesterday.
said yes to all this. So
Well, right, because I can't say no to anything. So it's like this. Rafael Alvarez is asking us. He says, you cannot write the history of the Bolt Pride family without the Scott and BR show. And he even said, he goes, and now this new iteration, Grande, Brown Man, you guys are family to us. Okay. So even though you don't support the Chargers, Scott and Alex, and even though Browner thinks he's driving the bandwagon, which he's just sitting way in the back anyway. Okay. He's always welcoming us. You can get back on. Yeah.
Kicked us off the Padres one too.
Right. Don't forget about that. He's also sitting on the back of that one too, like as if he's the driver.
Still waiting for that championship parade from last year.
Yeah.
That we got kicked off of in May.
But Alvarez is asking us to do a live broadcast from Cali Comfort Barbecue in Spring Valley to promote January 8th and 9th, Bolt Pride family, 30 years in Las Vegas. So I can separate Bolt Pride family. They still love the Chargers. I no longer support the Chargers. Alvarez was saying to me, he's like, hey, look, you think it's fun for me? He goes, Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh. Couldn't go to the game. I couldn't be there till all hours and drive home and get home. I couldn't do it. He's like, so look, even though you don't support the team and you don't support the Spanoses, you still have to support us, right? We're the family. And I said, hey, bro, I got no problem with you guys. I love you guys. You guys are familiar to me. We wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be doing this show today if it wasn't for great friends like the Bolt Pride family in the heat of when the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers, were really great and they were really awesome and this town was on fire. So I'm very happy to be part of the Bolt Pride family celebration.
You know what I'm
happy to
comparing you to
promote
right
it.
now?
Tell me this, what?
This is what I'm comparing you to right now. I don't know if you guys are going to get it.
Go ahead.
When I grew up, where I grew up, there was a lot of like little wannabe gangbangers, aka cholos. That is what I grew up with. And knowing some of them and being friends with some of them and knowing their families, like their mothers especially. As many terrible and stupid, idiotic things that their children did, the mothers loved them. No matter what. My baby could never do that, even though their baby's in juvie. Like, like they just still so that's what I'm comparing Scott Kaplan to. You don't agree with what Bolt Pride's doing. You don't agree with becoming a fan, but you still love them because you're like you're like the father, like the mother that think they can do no wrong. Because the people, you can separate that. I think is what I'm saying. You can
Well, let me get
fandom from the people.
Let me get really raw on you for a second. Here it's Thanksgiving week, right? We all have a lot to be very thankful for. We got a lot to be thankful for right now, And I'll tell you this, that if it wasn't for people like Bolt Pride, who back in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, and beyond, if it wasn't for people like Rafael Alvarez, Johnny Bolt Pride, and the Bolt Pride family, I can tell you guys right now, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing today. Those guys helped make our show and made us part of the legacy of San Diego sports, whether the Chargers are here or they're not here. So it's not like when Rafael calls me, I go, hey man, sorry, you became a Charger fan and you followed them to LA and you still support them. No, dude, this is his life, man. He's got a wife and a kid and a job and a real life, but his passion in life is still supporting not just the Chargers, but creating the Bolt Pride family, And so I can separate those two things. I don't cheer for the Chargers. I don't support the Chargers. I want the Chargers to lose. I was hoping they would lose to Pittsburgh the other night. They still should have lost that game. And by the way, I'm using injuries as an excuse. If TJ Watt was available and Minka Fitzpatrick was available, and who's the cornerback that I'm missing, Alex? There's a third player. Yeah, Joe Hayden. If he was available, chances are the Steelers win that game, and all my terrible towels, all yins that came down from out in Pittsburgh and that, yins would have all left and had a really good time that night. But instead, everybody left with their terrible towels, and that's exactly
in my life, the true sign of friendship is not wanting your friends' favorite teams to have success. I root against all of my best friends' teams. I want Browners Bears to suffer. I want all of my buddies' teams to suffer. I never root for friends' happiness when it comes to sports fandom. And that's the way it should be, and that's Bolt Pride. Love the guys, hate your team, hope they never win.
Yeah. You
Same
just
thing.
encapsulated
Same
it
thing.
by I could have been 30 seconds and instead it turned into 10 minutes.
I have best friends, like best friends that they were at the Steelers game. They were root for I didn't want, well, maybe this time I did want them to win, but in general, I don't want the Steelers to win. I don't want when a team wins a championship, I don't want any of my friends to root for them. I want a total neutral, like I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want happiness. That's the true sign of friendship, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Browner, give me some feedback here. This all started with the first sentence in an email from Louis Escobedo, and then it turned into an entire rant about the Bolt Pride family. So what do you think about all this, Browner? January 8th and 9th in Vegas, the Bolt Pride family celebrating 30 years for the Chargers-Raiders game in Vegas, and people literally coming in from all over the world, and Bolt Pride calling us and going, dude, you have to be part of this. You can't tell the story of our family without you guys as being part of it. You got to come. You got to participate. You got to help us promote. Tell me what you think, Browner.
Well, I mean, when you initially said that they asked us to do a broadcast from Sean's place, I instantly started thinking of where's the internet hook up there? What time will we do it? Like my brain works like that. Like I don't like
board right now.
Yeah.
I don't
microphones. I don't think how we gonna get the video and all that. That's how I think. I don't think like, oh, shouldn't we? I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
What if we say?
Because I have to do the logistics, so I don't.
What if we say, listen, we're not going to broadcast from there because we just don't have the setup right now, and it's holiday season. We're not going to go through. We're not going to get it all in time, right?
Oh, because I already set up the broadcast for Friday, December 17th. You were saying, go ahead.
See.
Okay. Never mind. See. I was gonna say, just invite us to Vegas and we'll go to the game and meet you guys, and we'll bring Raphael and on a Zoom or whatever, and then he can promote it that way. But okay.
No,
I don't know how we're gonna do that, Scott.
I don't know either. I haven't made a commitment to it yet. But let me get back to this. This all started with this is Louis Escobedo's fault.
We can do it though. We can do it. We can do it.
We have to make some alternative arrangements, but we might be able to figure out. But let me just
send Browner out there.
Yeah.
What if we just send Scott this time?
That's not a bad call. I would consider doing that.
Cali Comfort.
All right, you get closer to your microphone because I can't hear you sometimes. All right, let me get back to this email from Louis Escobedo. He says, hey, Cap, he says, it sucks to hear you guys hate on my Chargers because I love the show so much, but thank goodness Browner brings balance. That's what he said. He said, you guys had me laughing. That whole Brown man Beto story at the Nike outlets in Las Americas down by the border. So, Browner, your story yesterday about the hit list and the guy Beto who's working at the Nike store who sees you and goes, yo, Brown man, I want to be on the hit list. This story obviously resonated here with Louis.
Nice.
He says, I've also been hearing that you've been in my hood a lot lately down in Chula Vista. He said, my daughter's a senior volleyball player at Hilltop High School. I live down the street. I wish you would have known. I wish I would have known you were down there on Saturday. I would have come and said hello in person. Yes, I was at Hilltop High School on Saturday afternoon watching Scripps Ranch play Torrey Pines for the girls field hockey championship of the San Diego section of the CIF. Congratulations to Scripps Ranch. They scored the game-winning goal in a 0-0 game with about 40 seconds to go. So congratulations to those girls, and congratulations to our girls for being the runners-up. He said, anyway, I heard my name get called out on the show by Alex. Now, Grande, Louis Escobedo heard his name get shouted out by you, and you don't seem to know the name.
No, I don't.
Yeah. He says, can't wait for that yacht cruise. Sounds like fun. I rave about you guys to my wife all the time. Is there anything I can do for you guys on that day? Anything I can bring to help? And I said, no, man, just bring yourself, bring your wife, and just come have some fun because that's what it's going to be. December 11th, Yacht America, Next Level Sailing, Captain Fathom, Captain Troy Sears, and about 70 great friends all on a yacht on a sunset sailing trip. Isn't that going to be great? I am so excited about this one, more so than ever before.
Shout out Louie. And I'm very excited
Louis.
for the boat. Very excited to get back out with the great friends.
I think it'll be fun because we've never done it in this way before. So I'm interested to see what it'll be like.
I'm very happy there's not a broadcast.
Yep, me too. Me too. Take that part of it off the table. Hey, listen, let me have 1 second here to just discuss iThrive MD, and then I'm going to jump into some NFL football stuff in just 1 second. Today's Tuesday. As I told you, we're off the air Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There'll still be radio shows. There'll still be TV shows. You'll get best of content. And if I didn't tell you on the air that we were off, you might not even really know. But we are off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so I've been telling you that you have until Thanksgiving to book an appointment at iThrive MD, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Now, if you book your appointment before Thanksgiving and you start a series of testosterone treatments, Dr. Samir Damani has done a very generous thing for our listeners. Usually, it's $289 a month for testosterone treatments, but now only $145 a month for your first 3 months. At the end of 3 months, you're not going to have brain fog anymore. You're not going to be feeling depressed. You're going to be in better shape. You're going to be both better physically and mentally. You're going to be in much better shape. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or you don't seem to have the spunk in the bedroom that you once had, you're going to be feeling a lot better there too. And after 3 months, you're going to come back to me and you're going to thank me and you go, dude, you got me 3 months at 50% savings. Now I'm paying the full price, and I don't care if it was $500 a month, $1,000 a month. I'll pay anything to feel this good. You can go back to being that young, clear-minded guy that you used to be. You can go back to being that guy that your wife can't wait to jump into bed with. I mean, you can be back to that guy. You just got to get your testosterone levels checked for free, and then you got to get your testosterone levels right. So, guys, look, today's Tuesday. They're probably not open on Thursday, I wouldn't think. Today, tomorrow, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Make that appointment. And Alex, I'm sure you were on a text this morning. I don't want to say the guy's name, but a former NBA player who lives here in San Diego, who is a close friend to the show. Maybe I'm starting to give a little too much away. He took a picture outside iThrive MD today and sent it to us and said, and I quote, NAD, bitches. That's what he told me. He goes, I'm going in for some NAD, bitches.
Nice.
And so, yeah, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to, HIPAA, Browner. You know how NBA players say HIPAA or NFL players?
Shout out to HIPAA.
Yeah. I don't want to say his name, but my man was going in today looking for some of those NAD injections, wants to get maximum energy in that mitochondria.
Yeah.
That is some technical talk right there is what that is.
Sounds cool, though.
Yeah, sounds like I know what I'm talking about. I don't, but Dr. Samir Damani and all the doctors and all the medical professionals at iThrive MD do. Me, I'm just like, how do I turn on the computer and use email and the internet? When I show up, just hit me with the testosterone and hit me with the NAD that I need. Thank you. So, ithrivemd.com, 858-240-1497. Make an appointment, 50% savings in the first 3 months of treatments. After that, dude, well, I mean, as of Friday of this week, it's going back to full price. So take advantage, especially if you've been procrastinating. All right, guys. This whole thing started with an email
Louis
from a
Escobedo.
listener. Yeah, Louis. Shout out to Louis. Shout out to Raphael. Shout out to Bolt Pride, and shout out to all these dudes.
Can we talk about that for the last minute of this segment?
Yeah, please.
Or 2 minutes? Can we go to Vegas January 8th and 9th? I would love to go to Allegiant Stadium, and I think a great time to do it would be against the Chargers.
Yeah, we should do that. We really should do that.
I think it would be a great experience.
Got to figure it out because the first week of January, my kids don't go back to school until January 12th. I think it's a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And my plan was to be with my girlfriend and her kids and me and my kids up in Mammoth for the first week of January. And so I wonder, maybe I could drive from Mammoth to Vegas, and then the next day after the game, drive from Vegas back down to San Diego. Does that sound like a good plan?
I don't know how
Sounds like
long
a
of a drive
plan.
that is, but it sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
It sounds like a plan. I don't know about a good
like
plan.
a
but
plan.
yeah.
I
Is
think
the-
me and Brown are taking a quick 45-minute flight to Vegas from San Diego. Sounds like a better plan, but
So much better.
Yeah.
I
No,
made a
sounds-
rule. I know I will never drive to Vegas again. Ever.
Why is that?
It's too much.
Too easy to
traffic.
fly, man.
Too much traffic. Yeah, the flights are always cheap. It's fast. Yeah, and
I'll
I'm
tell you right
normally
now-
super hungover on the way
Yeah,
back, and
yeah.
that's when there's a lot of traffic.
Mhm.
It's nightmare.
Go check those flights and check those prices now. I'm telling you right now, the prices on flights have gone completely out of control.
I know.
It is crazy. Just go try and book any flight to anywhere and see what the prices are and go, wait, $850 one way for that? It's crazy what's going on. I mean, seriously, like the cost of gas, of airline tickets, of food. I mean, things are going nuts. But
Gas
we've
is
been-
we have 10 seconds. Gas is $2.47 here, and people are complaining.
Oh my God. Incredible. All right, we're in the 7 Mile Casino studios. We got a ton to get to because we haven't even started really getting into anything. So don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
We don't ask a lot from you. Just 16 measly hours a day. That's it. Buy some earbuds. Listen at work, in meetings, on the way home, talking to the wife, or helping the kids with homework. They'll admire your stick-to-itiveness. This is the mightier 1090 AM.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives two at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams. Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcat. He's at the 40. Is he going to go? Goes, holds it in. What a catch. Return left sidelines off to the races. He splits the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football won their 10th game of the season after beating UNLV on Friday night. The Aztecs pulled out the win 28-20. Quarterback Lucas Johnson completed 18 of 24 pass attempts for 192 yards and threw 3 touchdowns in the win. Linebacker Cedric Lakalaka had an interception with less than 2 minutes left in the game to help solidify the win for the Aztecs. SDSU's 10-1 record matches their best 11-game start since they went 10-0 in 1969. The Aztecs are one of 5 teams in the country with 10 wins. Cincinnati, Georgia, Houston, and UTSA are the other 4 in that category. Next up, SDSU will take on Boise State on Friday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Got an opinion? Scott Kaplan says test it on cited.co. Yes, .co. SoCal Sports Talk. The all-new and mightier 1090.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at lamesarehab.com.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets. Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on Your View.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.